A little Jewish girl said to the rabbi one day, in a wee phase of rebellion, she said, I don't believe in God. And the rabbi said, and you think God cares? God is there all the time. Whether you believe in him or whether you don't believe in him. These rules apply whether you believe in God or whether you don't believe in God. And the question is, as you leave here tonight, what's your response going to be to that? What's your response going to be to God's promise? God has said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes to the Father except by me. What's your response to that challenge tonight? I'm not trying to evoke an emotional response here. I want a head thought process that says, yes, I accept Jesus Christ as my Saviour. No, I'm walking out of here again tonight without him. That will be your decision by the end of tonight. Are you ready to go through that thought process? Because that's critical. Next slide. We took this halfway up. We got up, this is Conic Hill just outside Balmaha. And we were looking and I immediately saw this and I thought, I started off and you can see this wee reflection of a hill here. That was just not quite there yet. So we had to move a bit to get the picture. I should have maybe cleaned the lens to get rid of all these spots on it. But let's not be picky about the photography, Mark. It was a tremendous view as we started going up that hill. Tremendous view, and it was good to be there. Think about Abraham. God said to Abraham, Abraham, take your son and sacrifice him to me. And I'll tell you where it is, but you're going across to the mountains in Moriah. Go over that way and take your son, your only son who you love, and sacrifice him for me. Can you imagine 3 days Abraham's going with his son and a donkey laden with food? Heading across there, knowing full well that God had said sacrifice. Each step must have been harder than the last. Each step must have been more difficult to take. But God didn't stop. Abraham didn't stop. He kept on going, and even when he'd got the fire and the knife ready, even when he bound his son, he was ready to give that one sacrifice. And God said, don't Abraham, don't harm your son. I'll provide a ram for the offering. God is always there to provide the lamb for the offering. It says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only son. His only son. That whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. I don't know, I mean, we had a tremendous day out yesterday. Ruth will tell you, we came back and we were joking about, like, almost brothers. Which is unusual because there's always dishes in his bedroom and there's always a bit of hassle. And, you know, his dirty clothes appear, which stresses his mother, which then stresses me. You know, but all that went because we were together outside and we were wandering up this hill. The next slide. This is the same phone, but with a different piece of software. We've got a wee bit more complex now, a wee bit more, dare I say, piratey, but not really. because I had to download this. I couldn't move the other software in. So this is a map. This is an actual Ordnance Survey map of 1 in 25,000 of the hill we walked up. And you can see that that wee red square is at the end of a line that's fairly straight. That's the line we walked. The other lines are the paths that I thought we would walk. And if you go to the next slide, that's the path that we were supposed to be going up. We couldn't see more than 10 yards in front of us. Perfect sunlight on the ground. We got up so far and we didn't have a clue where we were, except we had this wee thing saying, the hill's up that way, the path's over there, and follow it. And we did. Next slide. And next slide. And the next one. And the next one. The only reason that we knew that we were at the top, the next one, was because we were on a mound of earth with cloud all round us, and the wee circle was right in the middle of the flag. We had arrived. We had arrived where we needed to be. There was nowhere else to go except down. We had got to the top. And the wee phone said, you've got to the top. The signal was where it should be. It was right on top of the flag. Here's an interesting thing. And this is really sweet. If you use the Nike software, it posts off to your Facebook page, and then if any of your friends see that you're out running, and they go like, or make a comment on it, even if it's a nasty comment, the phone goes, yay! Halfway up the hill, the phone went, yay! And then a bit further on, it went, yay! As we were coming down, next slide, as we were coming down, the sun came back out again. It was only really cloudy for that bit from about halfway up to the top and back down to halfway. Everything below that was just perfect. What I'm trying to say here is that accepting Jesus Christ as your Saviour isn't going to make your life magical. If you've made a load of wrong decisions up to this point, you've still got these wrong decisions to live with. That's not what salvation's about. Salvation's about having a personal relationship through Jesus Christ with God. That's salvation. It's about not saying, I rely on myself. It's about saying, I'm not the one that's going to get me through this life. What's going to get me through this life is my relationship with God through Jesus Christ. It says in the Bible, neither is there salvation in any other, lest any man should boast.